Welcome to another video of Origins of B&Bs. In this video, we are covering B&Bs in Japan. Make sure to stay all the way to the end for some bonus content. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, and be notified. We are posting new videos all the time. And now, let's go ahead with the video. The origins of the ryokan, Minshaku, modern-day B&Bs date all the way back to about 710, the Nara period, when weary travelers would take shelter in free rest houses located on paths along forested areas. These resting facilities were called fuseya and were set up by Buddhist monks who would take pity on those who would starve to death midway through their journey. Sources say that the location where this first started was the area around Kyoto, and rightly so because of the new centralized state system that had been implemented. This centralized state system required people from provinces to make trips to the center, where they could transact business. Eventually, by the time the Edo period rolled around, 1603 to 1867, the classic ryokan we now know of today appeared along the highways due to Edo's booming economy. They served people who wanted to go on pilgrimages, a tour, or for a hot spring bath for a price. Many of these ryokans still stand up to today. By the 1950s, travel was made more accessible due to the advancement of technology and public transport systems. Japanese businessmen took this opportunity to create bigger ryokan, hoping to draw in tourists and commercialize this hospitable, cultural aspect of Japan. Some ryokan have a communal dining area, but most serve meals in the guests' rooms. Ryokan which are likely to serve non-Japanese guests may also have a selection of Western food. Minshaku are a low-budget version of ryokan, roughly equivalent to a British boarding house or a bed and breakfast. The facilities are similar to a hotel or may simply consist of spare rooms in a family home. Minshaku often serve as the only type of accommodation in towns or villages too small to warrant a dedicated hotel or ryokan. The overall experience is much the same, but the food is simpler, dining may be optional and is often communal. Rooms don't usually have a private toilet, and guests may have to lay out their own bedding. Typical Japanese-style guest houses run by families, known as minshaku, are a great way to experience traditional hospitality without breaking the bank. Usually to be found in villages, minshaku are usually spare rooms in family homes. The concept of this housing style began in Hosono, modern-day Hakuba Happo 1, during the first half of the 20th century, and is deeply connected with the village's history of mountain climbing. Until the end of the Edo period, 1603 to 1867, Happo 1 Shiruma mountain range was believed to be a sacred site and climbing was forbidden. After the Meiji Restoration at the end of the 19th century, regulations loosened in Mount Shiruma and its surrounding peaks. When finally measured and opened up to explorers and geologists, botanists and famous mountaineers flocked to the area. One was the British pastor and mountaineer Walter Weston, considered the father of mountaineering in Japan. He conquered Mount Shiruma in 1894 and assembled his impressions in the book Mountaineering and Exploration in the Japanese Alps, 1896. The popularity of Weston's book, along with the publication of 50,000 topographic maps of the mountain site in 1913 and the connection to the Shinano Railway 3 years later, making it possible to visit directly from Tokyo, combined to draw more and more mountaineers to Happo 1. To accommodate the adventurers, a number of guides offered visitors the opportunity to spend the night at their own houses, instead of staying at a ryokan, typical Japanese inn or B&B. In 1937, 16 houses of local guides in Hosono gained permission to provide lodging for travelers, marking the beginning of the minshaku business. The area rapidly developed into a ski and mountain resort in 1948. And about 10 years later 295 individual minshaku provided accommodation for about 13,000 guests. And now here is the bonus. Details that only a local would know. Minshaku are often located in scenic areas, such as on the coast or in the mountains, and may offer views of natural beauty. Minshaku typically offer traditional Japanese meals as part of the stay, which are often made with locally grown ingredients. Many minshaku are run by a family, and guests often have the opportunity to interact with and learn about the local community and culture. Minshaku often have shared bathrooms and may not offer all the amenities of a modern hotel, such as an ensuite bathroom or television in every room. However, this adds to their rustic, traditional charm. Minshaku are a good option for budget travelers, as they are typically more affordable than other forms of accommodation in Japan, such as ryokan or hotels. Some Minshaku offer activities such as farming or fishing, which allow guests to experience a more authentic and immersive cultural experience. Minshaku are a great way to experience the warmth and hospitality of Japanese culture, as the owners and staff often go out of their way to make guests feel welcome and comfortable. This was all for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the video. Is there a place where you would like to know the origins? Please tell us in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and get notified if you enjoy the video. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.